Hi, welcome to That's So Nova. My name is Nova. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, how you doing? Thank you for everybody for stopping by. This is going to be a segment of Nova's Notions. I kind of veered off and haven't been doing it for a couple months, and it made me sad. There's so many cool notions out there and so many suggestions, so I wanted to go back to it. It's a nice, fun segment. So, recently, you guys already heard, I probably in every video since I came back from November, you hear me saying, when I went to So Magical, it was magical and it's sewing. So I'm going to talk about it. But somebody showed in the group, if you're in the group, that their Christmas swap partner gave them this tool. It's called the Tool Mac Plus Multifunctional Hole Punch. And it looked really cool. And it was in pink. I'm not a big fan of pink, but most of the time when you get hole punches, they're either silver or black. Let's call a spade a spade. If somebody wants to come out with the iridescent one, I would buy it. I just want you to know. Just make sure you have that sharpener tool and like do it. And then you're like, oh, Shnova, we want to give your subscribers one of them for free because you mentioned it and that's a brilliant idea. I'll be like, right? They deserve it. Okay, so let's get into it. So this tool, when you open it up, you get instructions. So that right there was a first for me. So this is the manufacturer. This is the brand. You have an adjuster. You have an adjuster plate, hole, bottom, and it comes with a hexagon tool. So the first thing I noticed with this is that you adjust the holes on the bottom to fit the punch at the top, which is not standard. I'm trying to find, hold on. Let me grab this other one. Okay, normally, this is the one I usually advise people to use because it has, you need 70% less pressure to use it. But this is a very expensive tool. It is made in Germany and it is fantastic, but it costs like close to $70. I got it as a Christmas gift and by far I've been getting used. You can see all the writing like it's getting smudged from my hand. I've only had to sharpen it once, and that was after someone told me you can sharpen it. It was one of my subscribers, so thank you. This one I liked because of the spring action. I think of the spring scissors that people get. These are my paper scissors because one of my kids did it, but these spring-loaded scissors are easier to navigate, especially if you have arthritis, carpal tunnel, or just because you don't want you don't have that hand strength. So I thought this would be cool. So you have to turn the plate with this hexagon tool. If I could pull it out. Of course, I can't do it on there. You have to use this. You could turn the plate to the number that on like the hole size that you're wanting to punch. The other thing I noticed on here that this machine thing doesn't have, there's no hole. So okay, in your regular tool, you have like a hole where the punch, whether it's paper, fabric, leather, whatever, goes through, and you kind of like, you can shake it out and dump it, or you can use that tool to push out all the paper like that, and you're all good. There's no hole. It has a special like V shape to punch a hole through. The hole that's why they have to match. That's because it punches out that hole size on here. So it's very interesting because it's like reverse. So like think of this as the hole punch itself, and it's a really unusual design. I have yet to use it, so I can't give you my feedback on that, but the design itself is unusual because normally we punch a hole and we get these little circle dots all over the place. If you're like me, this has just a metal V shape, and they are quite sharp. You use the matching number system, and I think it goes from a 2.0 to a 4.5, and it punches the holes out right there. So just be prepared to catch the holes, the fabric after you do it, because there's not like a shaft to put it in. It's going to just punch right out. So I'm curious to see how this was. she had a really cool gift for a Secret Santa, but I never seen one like this. So this is on Amazon for $20. And I was like, hey, everyone's always looking for a new hole punch. Why not? So I thought this was cool. I'm hoping this works out. I'm going to use it today when I make my bag, and I will report back in this video. I'll leave a pinned comment saying whether or not I like it or not. But I think it's pretty cool. Like, the spring technology alone, like that's pretty big. The only thing that I was concerned of, and you can slide this to see how wide it goes in, is that if this was a sewing machine and this was the needle, we look at how big the inside of the machine is. How much can you fit into this to punch out a hole? There's not a lot of room in that. I can't even stick my pinky finger in there. So that's the only thing I'm concerned at this point. Like, it might be good for things that are like not in more than, I have like a million rulers, and then when I need one, they're nowhere around. Let's use Lauren's ruler. Okay. It only goes in 7/8 of an inch in. So my problem is like, if we're doing straps and they're 5 inches in, how do we get all that in there? See, because I can squish stuff in here, and you've seen me do it. I can squish stuff in here and be fine. That will be my main concern. So I'm not telling you to go get it. I'm giving you what my pros and cons and what my thoughts are. My thoughts are, this will be really awesome for someone's hands. So if somebody is out here inventing stuff, I would think if they can make something like this, where it's like, it punches holes and you have like what is it called? Like, it's bigger in the inside. I know the name is. Have you ever just like, when you're talking, you like completely forget the name and stuff? So when we look for machines, we try to see how deep is inside our, not bed or what. It'll get to me. It'll come to me. So we like to see how much room we have inside. Especially when it comes down to any kind of sewing machine. So I know for a fact with this one, I can take, again, when I'm looking for stuff, I could take all my fabric. If I have to punch a hole like 4 or 5 inches down, I can scrunch up my fabric and punch a hole. My problem is that it's nice smooth hole. It's because the idea of having the hole at the bottom so that the fabric could fall is pure genius. But the problem is, how far can I scrunch this stuff up to get it cuts really nice. How far do I have to scrunch up to get there? And that's an issue, because normally I use these for straps, and if like the thing's like 2 to 3 inches, and then I usually use a drill bit when I'm not on camera. I should show you guys my arbor press. I use that a lot too. That will be for another video. But I usually use drill bits. One, I like whacking the heck out of something when I'm frustrated. Like, you're like, bam, bam, bam. Oh, yes. It's like therapeutic. So I use my drill bit a lot more than you know. On camera, when I'm doing tutorials, I use this because it depends on what time of the day. If it's during the day, you've seen me use a drill bit. If I'm filming at night when my kids are asleep and whatever, I'm more cognizant that I don't want to wake up a neighbor, or a neighbor think I'm doing some kind of true crime thing, because I'm like whacking and screaming out, yes! It would be really weird to hear that sound in your basement. So that's it. I will leave the link to this. There is no affiliate link whatsoever. It was just something I seen, went ahead and bought, and I'm going to say it cuts pretty nice, decent holes. I'll put it in this camera view. So clean holes, very clean. But I feel like, I don't know how much I can scrunch in here. So I was able to scrunch 1 5/8 of an inch without having too much resistance. But again, this is cotton lycra and Shape Flex 101 or Sofuse, one of those two. I think it's Sofuse. Without doing it, that will be my biggest concern on this, is that how much room do you have to actually punch a hole? So, but if you just want this to make your belt straps and or like any kind of strapping, I think that might be awesome. Or like when you're done with your crossbody and you want to do it, I think this might be the thing to do. I'm just throwing it out there because it's a spring. It's really relatively not a lot of pressure on your hands. Nice clean hole. So yes, I will leave this Amazon one. If I could find this on Amazon or somewhere near, I will. This is an expensive one, but I do highly, highly recommend it. It was recommended to me. I put it on my Christmas wish list and my husband got it for me. It's heavy, but you use 70% less than the other one. And I can tell the difference because when I use the other price, I'm like, why is this so strong? So that is just me. I hope this was helpful to you. If you want other notions to be seen and you're like, hey, Nova, I've really seen this notion and I want to know more about it, let me know. I like to purchase notions. It's like a different craft for me because I like to see tools that can help me out. And I will review it. I will keep you updated on this, and I will pin a comment in the description, not in the description, but in the live feed to see yes, no, what do I think about it? And you probably will see it in strap making real soon. All right. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe and happy sewing.